Hey, what's going on, guys? I got a new toy. I watched one of Jack Ammo's videos about a month ago, and he was shooting a Ruger 2245 Lite. And I watched the video, and I like that gun. I need to check that out. And I have never been a fan of Ruger 22s, the Mark IIs, the Mark IIIs. I just never liked them. I didn't like the grip angle. I didn't like the idea that the mag release was at the bottom of the gun. I just didn't like it. And in my honest opinion, the only 22 pistol worth owning was the Buckmark. I've been a follower of Brother John Moses Browning for 20 years. I picked this gun up. It's totally stock as I bought it, well, with the exception of the front sight here. I don't know if you can see that or not. It had a black ramp front sight on it when I got it, and I didn't like it, so I changed it. That's actually a Ruger Mark II front sight. So, excellent gun. Never had any issues with it whatsoever. No broken parts. It just runs great. But, like I said, I watched Jack Ammo's video, and I really like this. It's very much styled like a 1911. The mag release is up here, slide lock, safety. Very similar to the Buckmark. This is also a 1911 styled setup. Actually, I think Ruger got a little closer to the 1911 style with the grips and the checkering, and just a very comfortable gun. My idea was to set this up to shoot open class rimfire in the Steel Challenge. Something different. So when I bought the gun, I was going to buy a pick rail and a reflex and put a comp on it. And I've ordered some internal trick parts to kind of make it run smoother and better. Well, when I finally bought one, found one in a gun shop last week. I bought it. And to my surprise, it comes with the pick rail. So I didn't even have to buy that. I picked up a Firefield reflex sight. It's a $34 sight, cheap but effective. It works. It's got let's see if I can turn this on, if you can see it. It has both red and green reticles. Also, it has the circle dot. It has just a plain dot, which is, I think, is a 2 MOA. It has the crosshairs, and it has the circled crosshairs. I use the circle dot because with my old eyes, it's the one I can see best. But there it is in green. There it is in red. That's a little bright. I usually run it on about 3. I also got the Tandemkross compensator. It's the Tandemkross Game Changer, they call it. Very well designed comp for as much as you need a comp on a 22 anyway. Tandemkross.com. They sell a lot of 22 parts as well. So, watching Jack Ammo's video yesterday, I think it was, of what he had done to his, and it's like, wow, we set these guns up almost identical. He's got a reflex on it, and of course he's got some type of zombie killing, apple decoring flash suppressor on the front of his, but it is cool looking. I called Majestic Arms. If you guys ever need 22 parts, you need to check out MajesticArms.com. He's up there in Staten Island, up in Pistol Pete's old stomping ground. I called him up just to ask him about some internal parts that he makes and sells for these guns. And when I called, the guy answers the phone like on the 3rd or 4th ring, and it's Dino, the owner. And you would have thought I'd known this guy for 20 years. He talked to me like I was his best friend. Just really nice, really informative. Told me some things to do to trick the gun out, make it work a little better. But I ordered his his Speed Strip 3.2 kit, which consists of I think it's a hammer and a bushing and a couple other parts, and it also replaces this pin. If you guys have ever broke down one of these Rugers before, you know they're a nightmare. You have to pull this rod out and work the whole thing down. It's a real pain. Well, his replaces this pin with a two-piece. The one pin, the bottom part pins on to the back strap, to the mainspring housing, and then it becomes a bolt that you just screw down through here. Makes it real easy for cleaning. And I ordered a Volquartsen extractor for it. Also, his kits, they changed the trigger geometry. It's supposed to eliminate 65% of the over travel. This thing does have a lot of over travel. And this trigger, it's like squeezing a bag of jello. It's just a terrible trigger. But it's also supposed to give a much cleaner 3.5 pound brake, and also eliminates this magazine. These guns come with a magazine safety. It will not fire with the magazine out, and the magazines won't drop out. You hit the mag release and it just sits there. So eliminating that magazine safety feature is supposed to, when you hit the mag release, magazine just drops free. So anyway, talking to the guy, he told me some tricks to do, and he also said this gun comes with the loaded chamber indicator. He was telling me that when I get my parts in, when I break the gun down, to take this loaded chamber indicator out, and he told me to hold it between my thumb and forefinger. So I thought, okay, he's going to have me check something or look at something, or something. He's going to have me do something with it. But he's like, hold it between your thumb and index finger, and then flick it at the trash just as hard as you can and get rid of it. Reason being is, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but right down in here, so if I got a pencil I can point to it with, is the little tab that comes into contact with the shell when it goes into and comes out of the chamber. And apparently these extractors, these are Ruger's stamped extractors, aren't real good quality. That would be why I ordered the Volquartsen, because they're smoother, they're wire EDM cut, they're not stamped. The tolerances are tighter. But when I broke this gun down, I clipped a 22 round into the extractor, and I started pushing the bolt in and out by hand. And you could see that every time it hit this chamber indicator here, it would move. And when it would come out, it was sort of dislodging the empty case from the extractor. And by the time it got to the ejector, it had come loose, fallen down. I was getting stovepipes and all kinds of just miserable problems with it. Apparently this is a problem, or I guess has been a problem with these guns for a long time. And you either get them out of the box, they work perfectly, or you get them out of the box and they're miserable. Well, I got one that's miserable. So, but we're going to straighten that out. I haven't made any videos in a while. I've been busy. Kids back in school, homework, trick-or-treating last night. It's just been kind of crazy. I haven't really even had time to do any ammo hunting. So, but I'm going to try and get back at it here real soon. So, alright guys, you take care, and we'll catch you next time.